Hi everyone, this is Tim Riley with Angel Tarot Readings by Tim. I really appreciate all of you joining me this week for our weekly Angel Tarot Oracle reading for the week of December 18th through the 24th. Now, as we move into the holiday season this year, I just want to wish all of you celebrating a very happy, safe, healthy, and wonderful time with your family and friends. If you would like a personal reading from me, you can find all of my information on timothyriley.biz, and I will also leave a link for the link in the description box below. I'm now also doing MP3 yearly forecast readings, so you want to get on my list for that. If you found this video helpful, I would also appreciate you leaving some feedback in the comments section for other viewers. This gives you an opportunity to exchange experiences with one another. Plus, it also allows me to see what you're liking about the channel. And if you do like the video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Thank you. This week, we're going to be working with the Power Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. And your crystal cards come from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall. Your main message cards are going to be pulled from the Blue Angel deck by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. And I've also pulled a card from the Chakra Insight Oracle by Karen Sangster and a card from the Chakra Reading Cards by Rochelle Sharman. So as we move into the beginning part of this week, we have a new moon coming up on December 18th. And this is going to be a time of rebirth and recalibrating. Anytime we have a new moon, it gives us really the ability to start fresh, to wipe the slate clean. Now this moon, I feel, is going to be a fun and also a forward-looking. So a lot of planning is going to be involved with this week and even moving into the rest of this month. During this time, focus on what it is that you want to manifest. This may be seeing the truth in some situations. I do feel that this is going to be teaching and learning. And sometimes that learning may not be kind of hard knocks type of learning. It's going to help us to increase our understanding and awareness and give us the ability to expand our horizons and branch out in new ways of thinking and even seeing some things in different light. So when moving with this energy, this is going to give us more confidence and optimism by facing and looking at the bigger picture, because this is going to be very much a goal-oriented month, I do feel. Keep your thoughts positive, and also we're going to be moving out of the Mercury retrograde, which is wonderful. So between now and mid-January, you may be feeling the need to keep your feet on the ground and focus on the bigger picture. Again, keep your eye on the prize. So try not to get involved with projects or situations or people that may not be worth your time. Again, you got some bigger fish to fry here, so I want you to focus on your larger goals. Because they may seem large to you, what you may need to do is to keep it simple and break it down and prioritize. Also, at the same time, try to remember to take pleasure in the simple things in life. So don't forget to nurture yourself. And you may feel the need to be more alone than usual this week. And a lot of that is because you're going to be working on yourself and your goals. Now, as I stated before, December 22nd, Mercury goes direct again. And during this time frame, although it's direct, I still feel that if you can hold off any types of important communication, important contracts, I would hold that off for another week unless you absolutely have to do it. If it's a dire situation, by means, do it. But I would hold it off just for maybe another week. Remember that Mercury, it goes direct again that day, but it doesn't mean that all the dust is settled. So you need to give it some time, and sometimes that can take, a good week or two to get that out of its system. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get us started for the week. Now, I have the 3 crystals here, and I put them up while I was giving a little bit of information, so you should have had a chance to see these crystals. Pick one that you're drawn to, one and only. Use your gut instinct, and that's going to be crucial for this week. So use your gut instinct of just one that you feel that you resonate the most with. Now, for those of you, if you chose number 1, this is the Golden Healer. And the Golden Healer is beautiful crystal. I love this. It's really purifies and re-energizes the chakras. What this does is it helps you to release toxic, and a lot of that's going to be mental and emotional conditioning. Golden healers are powerful and transformative. They help us to transmute healing. Okay, so it helps to release that old toxic energy and helps us to bring about healing energies. This is also a crystal for spiritual activation. It helps you to understand yourself more. This is also going to provide compassion and empathy. And I really feel that those are the 2 key words for you for this week. If those of you number 1s here, you may have some situations in your life that need some transforming. So that's what this is asking you to do, is just to surrender to the process. This has a lot of letting go energy feel to it. So it helps to let go of situations, people, and anything that you feel that may be holding you back. Now, if you chose number 1, your rune, by the way, is going to be about signals. Now, I'm going to get into this in a bit, and I'm going to go back to this. But this is a messenger rune, so there's going to be some messages that are going to be coming through. Messages, signals, maybe even some gifts. So let's take a look at the tarot here, and we have the 7 of Michael. Now this says there's a better course of action available to you. Walking alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. I'll show this up here if I can get this to where it doesn't have a glare. But you can almost see this person standing at this crossroad here. See the light on the left? They're about to take the dark path because they think it's going to be easier. No, it's not. That's the warning for the 7 of Air, which is 7 of Michael. This is about deception, betrayal, getting away with something, shortcuts. So this is very much of an analytical card for you. So it's about revising and doing some revision on some of your plans and what direction that you may be taking. Now the rune, this one here, again, this goes with signals. So this represents mouth through divine speech. And because this is such a messenger rune, again, words and language and communication are all about this particular rune here. It does represent clarification of ideas, and again, words of wisdom. There's going to be some communication that's going to be involved with this, and I'm a little concerned about this, especially with the deceit. This is kind of the thief in the night, that not all of the communication that you may be receiving is trustworthy. So this can also represent, again, teaching and words of wisdom, but because of this card, it also makes me feel like this can represent something false that's being given to you. Lies. Could be some biased information, or there's something with communication problems involved with this. Now, remember I said that this was that this represents messages and gifts, but you know, sometimes a timely warning can be considered a gift too. This is also going to be indicating that there's going to be a new life or a new way of thinking that may be unfolding, or even some surprising events that may direct you on a new pathway. Expect the unexpected. That's your message for this week. Okay? Now, when we look at card number 2 here, we have the Aquamarine. Now, Aquamarine is very much helps you to release self-defeating behaviors and mental programs, so behavior patterns. It also aids in listening to your inner guidance, and in a way to where you can almost be objective about it. It's as if you're seeing yourself in as a third party. Aquamarine has this blue and green tint to it, so it evokes ocean waters and also relaxation. It's very calming and soothing and a cleansing. And cleansing is the key word that I feel with this card here. It's something, again, you guys are going to be working with letting go as well. Aquamarine actually was considered a talisman in old times as far as good luck. People would carry them with, people would carry the aquamarine if they were traveling, especially by water. So you may want to carry some with you this week, if you, those of you that are traveling, because I know that there are going to be a lot of people traveling this holiday season, this weekend. And if you're going over water, if you are flying, aquamarine will help you to kind of calm your nerves down, especially if you do have a fear of flying. Watch your gossip this week. This is, again, very much communication that's going on, but it is saying to watch out for any gossip that may be going on. Not necessarily you being the one gossiping, but watch out so that you don't get caught up in other people's drama. Remain emotionally detached from people. Also, your rune, this one represents movement. This is going with the flow. And very much water energy, too. So a lot of water energy associated with you guys. And, you know, this one here is saying to be consciously aware of your emotions this week. Again, more cleansing. A lot of cleansing energy with you. This may be cleansing, reevaluating, reorganizing, restructuring, and it's calling upon you to really take a look and be ready for some self-transformation. Your energy here is about intuitive wisdom and tuning into your own rhythms. So listen to your instincts this week. And I really feel that as we move into this week, I'm going to see what the tarot is. Okay, so we have Epiphany on this one, and this is a major arcana. Now, major and minor, whenever you get a major, this is a lesson card. So there's very much a lesson to be learned with this. And it says, joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. Now if you chose number 2, this is, I felt like there was some alone time for some people. That's going to be number 2 if you chose that. It's very much a time of reflective work and also spiritual work for you too. So if you chose that one, you might be spending some time alone, and you might be kind of heeding your own counsel and listening to your intuition. Now, card number 3, this card is Ancestral Light. Now, what that represents is, this is about family, okay? So this is a wonderful crystal that helps you to reframe the past and heal family, kind of the family tree, from generation to generation. It helps to clear the ancestral line of trauma, dramas, any ingrained emotions, anything that's been passed down from generation to generation. And at the same time, what it does is it helps you to learn from a soul level. And it can be incorporated into your present time to help enlighten not only your generation, but then, of course, to help enlighten the generations to come. So with that being said, it helps to cut ties to the past. These are karmic ties in a way. So these are karmic attitudes, something that, mom used to do it this way, or mom used to think it this way, and grandma used to think it this way. Sometimes we need to cut those negative patterns and create new ones. You guys need to focus also on your dreams this week. So you may be having some vivid dreams that may be coming through. So you may want to keep track of those. And I do feel that family secrets may be coming to the surface. Now, number 3, those of you that chose this, This could be interesting for some of you, especially as we are gathering together here in the United States with Christmas. I think Sunday is Christmas Eve. So, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, those of you that are in and around your families, there could be some things that pop up that maybe you didn't know about grandma or great-grandpa. Okay? So this is going to be a radical rethinking of what you believe. So that's going to be interesting for you. And your rune here, this is movement. Anytime you get the M rune, the M, just remember that stands for movement. And that's progress. It does represent transition, movement. This could be a physical movement for some of you, and even new dwelling places, a new attitude, or even a new life. But there's very much a sense of moving from one place or moving from one way of thinking to another. And it's almost in a sense of bettering or improving the situation. It is a gradual change, I almost feel, for some of you. This could be like an incubator stage of a business, or a relationship that may need, or it could be undergoing a change. But again, movement for some of you could be a trip, and that trip could be over this holiday season or even the Christmas time. And here we go with the Four of Gabriel. Now, the Four of Gabriel, when I think of this, I think of marriage, I think of a celebration, something outdoors. It is saying a time for celebration, abundant rewards for hard work, releasing yourself from burdensome situations. And because we have that with the ancestral light and with family, I do feel that there could be some announcements around the dinner table or around the gathering of where we announce that we're getting married or we're having a baby or a proposal, or it could even be that if you a boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, whomever, it may simply be that they may ask you to move in with them. Very much associated with something about the home, okay? So look for that to be the case as well. So those are the tarot and the crystal readings. Now I want to go back and I want to talk about the actual messages that we're getting from the Blue Angel. So we're going to go back to number 1 here. And you know what? I think before we actually do, I'm going to do that last, because I do want to talk about the chakra insight and the chakra, the reading cards. And this first one, I'll pull this up here. I love this guy. So powerful. It says gut instincts. It says intuition, knowing, sensing, trust. Whoop. There we go. That's going to be for everybody. Really tap into your gut instinct this week. And because this is the solar plexus, listen to your gut. If something doesn't feel right, chances are it's not going to be right. So don't be afraid to, tap into that intuition and really trust it. You may be feeling like there's like some gentle nudges that you may be feeling. Follow those. This is also about, being aware of your feelings and your physical sensations too. So notice what happens when you act on those feelings, and also when you act against them too. I know I have had moments where my gut and my guides were telling me to, you really shouldn't do this, and didn't listen, did it anyway, and I regretted it. And afterwards, I have that conversation going, you guys are telling me not to, and I heard you, but I went against you, and I won't do that again. Okay. So pause for a moment before, making any mental decisions, and listen to that quiet voice. Now the reading card here, and interesting because both of these, I just saw this, are number 19. They're number 19 in 2 different decks. So 19 is going to be very important. That's a very important number. But this is representing forgiveness. And I almost feel like this forgiveness, I know that this represents for all of us, but I feel the gut instinct more for number 2, and I feel the forgiveness more for number 1. Because again, there's going to be some betrayal popping up here. But this is saying to listen to our gut, and especially letting go of any old resentment. And that's important to do, because when we don't forgive, it is, it's almost as if when we hold on to wounds or grudges, it creates an unbalance. It lowers our vibrational energy. And over time, if you keep that so low, that's where physical manifestation of sickness comes into play. That's where we physically, start to catch a cold, and, we've been taking vitamins, and why am I getting a cold? It's because you are holding on to when you're really needing to be letting go. The true forgiveness actually needs to start with us. And why I say that is it's almost like when you are in a situation with another individual and it's toxic and you drink the poison hoping the other person dies. You can't do that. It's got to come from within you first. So you've got to be the one to let that go. So this week, ask yourself, what it is that you may be attracting, or what's in your energy that you may be needing to, or that you're holding on to, that you may need to let go of. And why is that still there? When you do, you're going to notice definitely your energy much lighter. Okay. So the blue angel cards for number 1. This one is multi-dimensional healing. This is love and prayer. And, again, I feel like there is going to be some healing that's going to be going on here. This multi-dimensional healing, that's also what this golden healer does as well. Is really about compassion and mercy. That's your key word, and that's the message for this card here. This is really about, letting go of any fear or worry that no longer serves you. That's going to help with your multi-dimensional healing. And, if you are working on any type of healing, that is going to be healed as you let go of those. This is also having a communication, especially with the love and the prayer, talking to your angels and sharing with them anything that you may be fearful of or worrying. And of course, Archangel Michael, because this is Archangel Michael's deck, the blue angel here. So have a communication and contact with Archangel Michael this week of anything that you may be worrying about. Now, if you chose number 2, guys, you actually have 2 cards. And I tried to choose one and it wouldn't let me, so I had to choose these 2. Yours is Michael Descent. And this represents joyful empowerment. And this one is Ascension and Delight. And I have to hold it this way because I don't want the glare. I go this way, see how you're getting that glare. So sorry if you're not seeing the whole thing. But this is saying as above, so below. So I'm going to try and set that one there. So the Michael Descent, this one has so much going on in it. But there's just so much energy that's involved with this. And this is a joyful empowerment. And as you... I almost feel like with this epiphany, that's what that epiphany is like this breakthrough moment. And Michael here is saying that all of this light is surrounding you, and it's going to bring you joy. And the more that you are awakened to all of this manifesting energy that's going to be coming through with you for this week, you're going to experience that. Again, this is very much this flow and this energy of kind of how the ocean tides move in and out. I really feel like you're going to be experiencing that too. The Ascension and Delight, the as above, so below, I kind of feel like this is moving into where this is saying you know, don't find fault. It's something about, there's no need to fault yourself or even other individuals. And you may be feeling kind of stuck this week. And that's why there's this need for you to go within. And as you go within, that helps you to be able to see things a little bit more clearly. Your message here is judgment. So remember, as above, so below. That's kind of the rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that judgment is observing people and observing situations without it. And don't judge a book by its cover. That's the other thing that's coming through here too. Not all is as it seems. And that's why you may need that quiet reflective work. Now, for those of you that chose number 3, your card is Lapis Excellis. And that represents perception. Now, I almost feel like this is a wake-up call for you guys. Again, this has to deal with maybe some fear that you may be having around all of these family changes that may be coming up for you. So they're saying here that this card is basically a representation of white and black, light and dark. And this is very much about transformation. It's saying that there's something that is in your life that is going to be transformed, and you may be looking at it in a different light. Something about a different light here. And there may be, are you looking at things, are you looking at things white, or are you looking at things black? And this may be either an opportunity or an obstacle. And for those of you, especially with the family situation going on, this is saying to really be flexible in your thinking. So, or there could be something in your life right now that appears to be an obstacle, but it can also be almost like a gateway for you. And that gateway will lead you to someplace else. That's just what came through with me for this. But those are your messages, everyone, and I hope that the cards that you chose, that you resonated with them. Again, thank you all so much for viewing, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you next week, okay? Blessed be. Angel blessings. Bye now.